A silent night of the misty November, a figure was walking down the road, over the sidewalk that was being overtaken by the grass. He stood over an intersection, deciding which way to go. It didn't matter which way he went, as he was alone in this big world. Sometimes he would walk for hours and miles, only to return at home at midnight. He saw cottages and homes with their blackened windows, as if nothing was going on inside of them. He was walking through them like it was a cemetery. What? Hello in there, he whispered to every house on every side as he moved. What's up to now on Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9? Where are the cowboys rushing, and do I see the United Cavalry over the hill to rescue? The street was cold and empty as a shadow loomed over the empty sidewalk like a hawk. He closed his eyes, stood fuzzy. He could imagine himself upon the center of a plain. Winterless American desert with no house for thousands of miles, and only dry riverbeds, the streets for company. What time is it now? He asked the house, noticing his wristwatch. 8:30 p.m. The time for a dozen assorted murders, a quiz, a review, a comedian falling off the stage. There was a murmur of laughter from within the moon-white house. He hesitated, but went on like nothing had happened. He stumbled over the uneven sections of a sidewalk, near a phone booth with its phone hanging. The cement was vanishing under flowers and grass. In 10 years of walking all night and day for thousands of miles, he had never met another person walking, not once at all. He came to a clover in an intersection which stood silent, where two main highways crossed the town. During the day, it was a thunderous surge of cars. He turned back on a side street, circling around towards his house. He was within a block of his destination when a lone car turned a corner quite suddenly. A flash of its fierce white cone of light upon him. He stood entranced, not like the night moth stunned by illuminations, but then drawn toward it. A metallic voice called to him. Stand still. Stay where you are. Do not move. He halted. Put your hands up, or we will shoot. A police car, of course, but what was a rare thing is a police car in a city of 3 million. The cost of police was cut down from 3 cars to 1 car. Crime was abating, and there was no need now for the police to serve, save for this one lone car wandering the empty streets. Your name, said the police car with a metallic whisper. He could not see the driver due to the bright light. Leonard Med, he said. Speak up. Leonard Med. Business or profession? I guess you could call me a writer. Your profession, said the police car as if talking to itself. Light on fixed it like a museum specimen. Neil thrust through the chest. You might say that, said Mr. Med. He hadn't written in years. Magazines and books didn't sell anymore. Everything went on in the tomb like at night now. Throughout continuing its fantasy, the tomb was lit by television light, where people sat like the dead. Marks off the lights, touching their face, without really touching them. No profession, said the phonograph voice, hissing. What are you doing out? Walking, said Leonard Med. Walking? Walking. Just walking, he simply said, but his face felt cold. Walking. Just walking. Walking? Yes, sir. Walking where? For what? Walking for air. Walking to sea. Your address? 11 South St. James Street. And there is air in your house, and you have a air conditioner, Mr. Med. Yes. And you have a viewing screen in your house to see with. No? Now, there is a crackling quiet that itself is an accusation. Are you married, Mr. Med? No. Not married, said the police voice behind the fiery beam. The moon was high, and clear among the stars, and the houses were gray, silent. Nobody going to me, said Leonard Med with a smile. Do not speak unless you're spoken to. Leonard Med waited in the cold. Just Walking, Mr. Med. Yes. But you haven't explained for what purpose. I have explained. For air, to see, and just to walk. You have done this often, every night for a year. The police car sat in the center of the street, with his radio throat faintly humming. Well, Mr. Med, is that all? He asked politely. Yes, said the voice. Here. There was a sigh. He got in. The door shut with a soft thud as if the police car rolled through the starry night. Rolled through the night avenues flashing as dim lights ahead. They passed one house on one street. A moment later, in one house and an entire city of houses that were dark. One particular house had all of its lights on. That's my house, said Leonard Misher. No one answered him. The car moved down the empty riverbed streets with the empty sidewalks and no sound and no motion all the rest of the chill November night.